most leaders and most successful people, I think they have trusted themselves, their instincts.
Absolutely.
And that's how I think they have moved forward.
Yeah.
And today only I was just seeing one small clip. Again, like reels are really a big consumption. Although, I mean, like for last almost 15-20 days, I've like limited myself to go on reels, but still, but limited consumption. I was seeing one innings by Hardik Pandya. I mean, where I think he scored in 12 balls more than 50 runs and to win a match for India against Australia. And I think I would really feel he would have like really trusted his instincts on each ball to hit a six.
Very true.
Otherwise,
It's not possible.
Otherwise, I mean, like having that kind of a target in front of you, it can really shatter your confidence and everything.
Yeah.
But I think that's what trust in yourself does to you. That okay, I can do that. And when we talk about, again, I mean, like we're talking a lot about people today, and I think one thing that we have not learned as a human race is to listen to others, and we tend to give answers always, whether we should or we should not, and rather than just listening and grasping, or listening and just letting the other person say their point of view, we always like to give answers from our end, and that sometimes definitely lead to quarrels, lead to arguments. And that's basically the theory behind it is that because even if you're sitting very close, mentally you are way apart, and that's why you shout. So remember those days when we used to have a trunk call and you had to shout because the voice would not go. But this is what happens when you are angry and you're in a scuffle debate which you don't like, and you shout, and mentally and emotionally you are way apart. That's why you have to shout to make your point put across. So what do you think people should do in such a situation? How should they keep their composure in these kind of situations and not actually shout, but just listen and respond in a very polite way?
No, first of all, yeah, how do you respond also defines yourself. This is one thing which is very clear. Okay, how do you respond to situations? And maintaining composure at all points of time or in times of adversity is also a big asset in the leaders. And take example of, we have many examples. Take example of Mahatma Gandhi.
Right.
What sort of adversities he had been going through
Absolutely.
at that point of time. And today, people criticize him, rightfully so maybe, I do not know really. But think about the situation then. There was a lot of expectations on him that was there. At the same time, things were not happening the way he would have liked to go. But at that point of time, he has maintained his composure. That's why there's something called, you told very rightly that we don't listen. So God has given us 2 ears and one mouth. We have to use it more. That is very true. But at the same time, I always said there is always a requirement of pause and reflect.
Absolutely.
You need not be in a hurry to come up to a solution, come up to a situation. This also happens in corporate scenario. You can't jump to a solution immediately. You have to wait, you have to pause and then reflect, you have to wait, you have to see. You can reduce those pauses. That's more important. You can reduce, if you want it to be high, I want it to happen early, you can reduce those pauses. Meaning thereby, during those few seconds or few minutes, you use your brains much more. You use your deductive logic, you use your brain power for analyzing the entire thing fast.
Absolutely.
You can do that, but you don't jump into conclusions. You don't jump into situations. This is one. Then the more important thing which you are asking about, maintaining your composure. See, as a leader, it is also extremely important that you don't become so fragile in a situation when there is a lot of things thrust on you. What are you then trying to tell your people?
Yeah.
What are you really translating? How are you translating the scene or scenario to your people?
I would just want to add one more thing while you answer this. Keeping composure, but also still winning the argument.
That's you will win. That's what. See, you told about shouting in an argument. I also do sometimes. Everybody does. I know.
Yeah.
You know, when you shout, I have seen it myself. At least in my case, I'm very clear about it. When I know I have some everything to lose, or I am on a losing ground, I will shout more. I'll try to make my voice drown the logic which is there.
Right.
I mean, later on I realize this is wrong, but by that time it's too late.
Right.
So
Right.
we are human beings. This happens, but this is how it happens. So this is where, if you maintain your composure, you win it.
Yeah.
You will win it. And you told the example of an argument. What is an argument? You have a point of view, somebody else has got a point of view. So you can always come to a situation in which you can accept both. It can be a win-win situation for both. You don't have to lose. I mean, the moment you think that, okay, if I accept his point of view, do I have lost? No.
Yeah.
You have to accept which is the best for all of us.
Right.
So this is where even by maintaining composure, you can also win. You also win. And you maintain your composure and you also win.